Adam, congratulations.
Thanks.
How?
What?
How do you, how you could just continue to just be so excellent and do things that leave people wondering where this is coming from?
I don't know, maybe. I mean, we work pretty hard in between starts. So, you know, I mean, that's what I expect, to do when I go out there. It just doesn't always happen like you want it, but had good fastball command tonight. And then I don't feel like I tried to throw maybe 3 balls hard all day. Just tried to locate and sink the ball and cut it and curve it and change it a couple of times, and we'll see what happens. But, our defense was amazing. Defense was great. A lot of those guys got grass stains on them right now, and got some timely hits. So it was cool.
You've spoken throughout your career and to us specifically this year that you want the pitches that you have at the end of the night to be less than the amount of innings that you've recorded through a complete game shutout on 88 pitches. What goes into that, and how are you so effective?
I didn't look at my pitch count all day because I knew it was low, but I didn't want to get it in my mind, anything. I thought for the first time I had a chance at a Maddux, at a CG with less than 100, but I've taken a couple into the 9th inning with like 90 or 88, and then I just go over it just barely, and I'm like, So I knew I was pretty low, but I did not want to think about it. All I wanted to do was think about executing pitches and keep it simple. It's not change anything from a mindset standpoint from inning to inning.
What's the impact and the emotional level of your start tonight?
Well, I think it starts with what Jay did yesterday. He got the ball rolling for us here, and I just tried to continue it. I'm gonna pass it on to Wade and see what he can do tomorrow.
One's left for me. You're gonna buy Harrison dinner or something after those plays in the later innings?
Absolutely, I'll buy them dinner whenever they want.
And then, did you have any extra incentive? I know that you've been stressing to us how much you've been working on your offense. 2 hits tonight. Did you have any incentive when they walked Tommy in front of you?
Yeah, that always, that especially, I've got some good memories of them doing that here in this ballpark, but that always kind of gets under my skin a little bit. And I've been working hard. I've been working on my offense a lot. And first at bat, I went into grind mode right away, tried to see pitches and get into a good count. And the second at bat, I stood up and just trusted my eyes and took a deep breath and relaxed and just, finally got a good pitch to hit and put a good swing on it.
Thanks, Adam.
Derek Gold, St. Louis Post Dispatch.
Adam, is it an anniversary or anybody's birthday or something? I'm trying to figure that out.
It's somebody's for sure. What day is it?
I don't even know anymore. August 11th, 12th?
Yeah, it's an early birthday present for my brother coming up on the 18th.
There you go. So a week early. Just got to go.
And plus I had a good couple of friends here, and we needed to get 2 games over 500 for the first time in a while. So there was some things going.
What was your relationship like with Maddux? I mean, did you talk about Maddux's with Greg Maddux as a young pitcher?
I didn't talk about specifically that with him, but I studied him as a kid. And then when I got to be in big league camp with him, I left a couple of unbelievable opportunities to talk pitching even more than I did. I got to talk pitching with him a few times, but one of my biggest regrets in life is he told me he'd be in the weight room every morning at 6 a.m. sitting on the leg extension machine doing a crossword puzzle if I wanted to come talk pitching with him. And I thought that was too early in the morning. That's just one of my biggest regrets ever. I should have done that. What an idiot. And just dumb youth, but I certainly, had lots of clippings of what his mindset was and his mentality and what made him execute pitches and stuff on my wall when I was a kid.
I was trying to remember where the match the pitch count with the innings came from. Was that from him, or was that something you read about him, or was it from one of the other guys?
Just me, just something I came up with. Well, at least I think I did. Most things I think I came up with probably were learned somewhere else too, but that was just something that helped to keep my mind in the right place as far as attacking hitters. If you got 70 pitches or 70 something pitches in the seventh, you're going to have a chance to go 9. If you got 40 something pitches in the fourth, you're going to have a chance to go 9. That's what I've always, since the second year I was starting, I tried to do that.
What did you learn early on there, even with the first 2 hitters, about what you had to work with today? I think, you get 2 called strikeouts, one on a pitch, up and in, and the other one on down and away. I mean, with that kind of movement and that kind of control at those corners, what do you work with?
Yeah, and I knew I had command. I knew I had great command. And I between starts, that was my main focus was fastball command. I had gotten away from being able to control the first base side with my sinking fastball, or we call it a ride back sometimes if it's up and into a lefty or away to a righty. And I had started losing that over the middle of the plate. So I probably, if I threw 40 pitches, I probably threw 30 of them, just trying to really feel that coming back over the corner there over and over and over again. And, finally I felt like I got the right grip, and I felt like my wrist was the proper way throwing it. And, each day throwing between starts, I really worked on getting my hand going through the zone the proper way. And it's just, it's funny what you work on, usually you get better at. So a couple of games ago, I really worked on my changeup between starts, and my changeup was really good. And looks like I'm gonna have to go back to the well on that one, because that was my only pitch that I didn't command well today.
2 quick questions. Has it frustrated you, this ballpark? I mean, you've had some games here, you know the numbers as well as anybody, but I mean, you've had recent success here, but overall, this place has kind of vexed you a little bit.
Yeah. So my mindset going into today was, I think I've talked about this with y'all the last couple of times, is I just have all these processes that I'm doing between starts. I'm kind of robotic now with the things I'm doing for recovery and for weightlifting and for eating and drinking even, and making sure I get the proper amount of hydration. Jason Shutt at home, one of our strength coaches, is always, or head of player performance or whatever he is, he's always, talking to me about how many ounces I have, and I'm trying to get the proper amount of sleep and recover the right way. And, I'm trying to do all these things very robotically so that I can be prepared for each start. And so in my mind, it doesn't matter anymore where I'm pitching, I'm just continuing the process. So that's keeping it simple for me. I'm going to keep doing that.
And since Hummel's not here, am I required to ask an age question? Is that a quota?
I mean, the Post-Dispatch likes age jokes, so go ahead.
That's because we are aged, right? That's why. Yeah. Thanks, Adam.
Okay.
Zach Silver, MLB.com.
Hey, Adam, I know we talked a lot about how you've changed diet, how you've changed preparation. I guess what has been, when you look back on kind of those past few years, in 2018, 2017, when things weren't going your way, what has been the biggest thing that you feel like you've changed that's allowed you to unlock this level of consistency and this level of health that has kind of kept you going this year?
Yeah, 17 and 18 were odd years. I mean, not only was I hurt, but I was trying to still do a lot of things like I did when I was younger, and I didn't need to do those things anymore, as far as working out and running, and the way I was eating and the way I was doing everything it just needed a change. It needed to evolve like the rest of my game was. And so, getting with the dietitian, or the diet plan that allowed me to feel better and to be able to, recover, not eating some foods that I used to crush, on the regular, not, staying away from those. But, big things are how we're lifting, how we're training now, how I'm sleeping, and how I'm hydrating now is just different. It's just a whole lot different than I used to do. That's a whole lot more important to me now. The stuff that I do, not necessarily in the weight room, because it was always important, but all the little things, the way I eat, the way I drink, and the way I'm trying to recover between starts is on another level than I never used to do. So, yeah, I mean, I just, who knows if I'd be even pitching if I didn't do half those things. So if you want to keep being good at your craft, you gotta bob and weave and evolve with your game as it goes.
I guess that kind of leads me to my next question. What are you proudest of from how you've been able to kind of recover from that? It could be person, it could be your approach, your mentality. I guess what about you are you proudest of how you've been able to kind of bounce back from that stretch and have these last 2-3 years?
I don't think I want to go there just yet because the job is not done yet. You know, I don't want to be proud of anything just yet. I want to finish what we start here, and then at the end of the year, maybe I'll look back, or the end of my career, I'll look back and be like, you know, that was pretty neat. But I'm trying not to go there right now. I'm trying to stay in the moment and do all the little things we do to be prepared for the next 5 days.
Yeah, that's fair. Thanks a lot.
Jeff Jones.
Adam, I did bring age stuff with me, unfortunately, and I'm curious which of these is most interesting to you. MLB said tonight that you were the oldest pitcher to throw a shutout on 88 pitches or fewer since they started counting pitches in 1988. That was one. There was also a stat. You tonight, the Maddux makes you older than Greg Maddux was when he threw his last shutout of any kind. But the third one, I thought that maybe you would be curious about. You were the first pitcher in documented Cardinals history to record a Maddux and a multi-hit game in the same game. So I guess the question is, do we call that a Wainwright? Is that what we name that from here on out?
Yeah, we probably should call that a Waino. Hey, you said it, not me. I just agreed with you. That would be neat. I mean, I think you have to do something a lot to have it named after you. You know, if you just do it once, I don't know if that's warrants that. But it sounds like a cool thing. I should try it again.
It is one more than Mike Maddux for what it's worth. But I guess I know you told Zach you don't want to look at things in that context yet. How do you do that at the same time as sort of wrapping your arms around? I mean, like, maybe this does not to you feel like an enormous achievement, but it seems like in watching this game and sort of immediately trying to comprehend the historical context of it, it does seem like a bigger than average Wednesday start. Like, how do you I guess balance those two things?
I guess it just by not thinking about it, if you don't get overly concerned with your age, then it's not a factor. I mean, that's the only really way I know how to answer that. I feel much younger than I did several years ago, and that's all that matters to me. My wife still thinks I'm cute, she's watching. So I got her tricked. So just keep tricking them.
Randy Carricker, ESPN Radio, St. Louis.
Adam, a couple of quick things. Number one, Derek talked about your pitching performance at PNC. You're now a 372 career hitter at PNC Ballpark with an 856 OPS. Is there something about that ballpark, the background, that gets you hitting there?
Well, you better tell Shelty that. I'll be ready to go tomorrow if he needs me. I'll have my spikes on. No, just it's one of those oddities. It's one of those weird stats that doesn't make any sense on paper, or just you feel comfortable some places and some places you don't, but I have gotten some hits here, and it's really a good place to pitch too. There's no excuse for me to pitch bad like I did for so many years here, and trying to just leave that all behind me. But I'll try to keep the hitting thing going, because that sounds like a trend I need. I pitched so bad here for years. I knew I had to get some hits to balance it out.
And then I wanted to ask you, because normally starting rotation is going to kick in before August 11th, but here we are August 11th and after the trades. I want to ask you how you feel about how this rotation has been the last couple of times through with the additions of Happ and Lester.
Well, I thought Jay pitched great last time out. He pitched a really solid game his first time out too. I think he's made some really good strides since he's been here. Love watching him pitch and compete. John pitched a great game, better than the numbers showed the other day. Big John, he's such a competitor. What a winning baseball player he is. And when you add guys like that to the clubhouse, cool things happen. We had a great big league dinner the other day, which is the thing that we missed the most about last year, where we get a lot of guys together, and Big John's telling stories. I'm telling stories. Andrew Miller's telling stories, and all the young kids are just soaking that up. And man, that's a good thing for a team. That's a thing that helps build winning processes going forward. So you got to have some veterans on your team to tell stories and keep young guys fresh. It's just when I can remember being on a very veteran heavy team when I was a young fella, and that was just like the best time ever. It was hearing all the stories and remembering where you were when that happened on TV, and you know, listening to the different guys and their mindsets and what they're thinking when they're pitching or whatever they're doing. That is such a winning brand that just, gosh, we missed that so bad. And so having some good veteran leadership in here, I mean, not that Yachty and I always try to do that anyways, but it doesn't hurt to have more, you know, so that's a good thing.